haul. I just want to share a quick assembly video for this Skinny Mini book box, and this is a new die from Sizzix. It can be used in a couple different ways, so we're just going to go ahead and cut one and assemble it. Okay, you can see from the packaging there are a couple pieces. Here's the die, and this is what it looks like. It comes with the cover. So you're going to cut two of those, whether you want a book or a box. That's one of the really cool features of this die, how many different things you can do with it. You can make a book box or you can make a book. So this you'll need for both. These here are the sides for the box, so you will need two each of these. And then that's a label that you can use anywhere that you want. Okay, so what you're going to do first is cut two of these. Actually, if you're going to make the book box, you're going to want to cut two of both of these. So you just put your mat board on here and cut it twice. Now, what I didn't say, I said it's scoreboards, but I didn't say what you need to cut it out of. And that is material that is up to a 1/16 of an inch thick. This is the Sizzix mat board, and I like to use this a lot. It makes a nice sturdy project. You can see that it's thick. The die works in a specific way because it has this technology where in addition to the cutting blades, there are scoring blades set down into the die. So when your thick material goes through, it presses and cuts these score lines. So when you take it off, all you have to do is fold over on the lines and you're all set. So let's go ahead and make one of these so you see what I'm talking about, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and lay my mat board on my die. Now, if you wanted to cover it with paper, you would do that first and then cut it so that all of your lines come out nice and even and everything can match up perfectly. So here's what I get. My cover, my two sides, and my label. So I've gone ahead and cut two of them so I can show you how this all goes together, okay? Here are all of our pieces. Okay, so like I said, two covers, two of each size support, and two labels. I'm not going to use that right this minute. So next thing we're going to do is let's look at the pieces that we have. Now, if we wanted to make a book out of this, it would be very easy to do. The piece has an adjustable spine. So what you would do is when you cut two of them, you're going to turn one of them, rotate it to fit underneath so that both of these spines match up. Now, if you want to make a thinner book, you would just cut this section off here, cut that section off there, and you would overlap both of these, put your adhesive on here. You need a strong adhesive. I like to use the red line tape because it really does hold very well, but you can also use glue. If you want a book that's this size, you line those up. If you want one this size, etc. And the last one, you can see you get quite a large, I think that's about a 2.5 inch spine. So you can do that if you overlap these two. So that's up to you. If you're going to make the box, you need just two. So in order to do that, we're going to trim these off. So I'm just going to take my scissors and trim off. So now we have our two covers. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mat board, lay it on the table. Now you can hold it over the edge of your dining room table or whatever, but for this I'm just going to kind of give it a basic fold, and then I'm going to press it down all the way over. What that does is it breaks the fibers so that this is not trying to keep open on you. So the next thing that we're going to do is build our base for the box, and I'm going to put my adhesive on the back here because I like my front cover to wrap around. It just looks less bumpy, and that's just how I do it, but you do it however you like. So I'm going to add 2 layers of this because I want my box to stick together. I've got my book. If I wanted to make a book, I'd be done right now. And what you can do is you can use your crocodile. And what I like to do is I set my guides so that it, you know, the holes are all punched in the same location. I'm not going to punch it here, but you can see you'd punch a hole here, and then match up the top and the bottom. You can thread your elastic through, or you could just leave it like this. And another thing that you can do is take your crocodile and using the large side, just punch a half of a hole, and then you can wrap your elastic around that and it will not move. So you have it kind of seated in the spine. But that's if you want to make a book, which we can do another video on how to do that. This one is the box, so let's go ahead and keep making this. So I'm just going to go ahead and make my surround here for the box. So what I'm going to do is just line up my covers and then press. I have my box base. Now what I'm going to do is add adhesive to all of these tabs. Okay, and I'm going to fold those over also. Fold them all the way over. You can add the tape first or however you like. All right, so I'm going to speed this up and off we go. Okay, now we are going to assemble our little box. Okay, I'm going to leave these until we get our box put together, but we are going to do the surround part first, just to form our shape. The thing to remember is you want to alternate small, big, or otherwise you're going to have a weird shaped box. All right, so now we've got the shape of our box. And we're going to insert that into our base. Now, if you want, you can butt it up against the spine and go from there. That's fine. Or you can start on the edge. It doesn't have to be exactly against the spine, however you want to do it. Press it down until you're sure that's where you want it to go. Well, that works fine for me. So I'm just going to press all these down and I've got my little book box. You can add your slimline cards, envelopes, you can put jewelry in here, you could add a candy bar. If you come over to my Facebook page, you'll see a lot of ways that you can use this die. I have samples from my team and we have lots of projects. It measures 4 by 6 3/4. So if you want to see more ideas, you can come to the Eileen Hall Fan Club. That's a Facebook group and everyone is posting all the things that they're making. You can also come and see tips on like how to make a closure for this or ways to finish the box and other dies. So I do Facebook Lives twice a week on Tuesdays at 6 o'clock Eastern and Thursdays at 4. So during the lives, you'll see different variations on how to use this die. We have blog posts that come out once a week on Wednesdays usually at eileenhull.com. I have an Etsy shop. If you need any of the supplies, you're welcome to come and take a look and buy them. I would love that. I'd love your support. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon, okay?